Just waiting for Tina to join in. Second, once she joins in, we will start. Requested you. Hi.
Hey. Hey, my pregnant girl.
What's going on?
Why am I nervous? I feel like I'm talking to my friend. Look at Simon. He's not even here. He's not even here.
I feel like we're just on FaceTime.
I know, right?
We're waiting for some folks to join in before we
Why am I
start.
like...
How was your workout?
I didn't work out today. I just got my lashes done by Pauline.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, I like don't expect people to come, but like it's just like I'm freaking out.
Why? Everybody wants to know you a little bit better outside of your foodie adventures.
Yeah, right.
Cool. Okay. Well, people joined in pretty quickly. For those of you that don't know what Layers is, this is a series we started doing focusing on BIPOC creatives that we want to hear their stories and get to know them a little bit deeper. I think on social media, sometimes it's hard to get to really know people, or you think you know people and then you hear them talk and it's a little bit different and more interesting. So I was happy that you wanted to do it tonight because we want to hear from you, and I'm sure a lot of other people do.
Yeah, I'm really honored to be here. I feel like people just see what I post online, but not a lot of people get to know me. So, and it's with you, which is someone who knows me pretty well, so I'm really excited.
Yeah. Okay, so tell the people a little bit about yourself, who you are, your ethnic background, what you do, why you're on social media.
Yeah, so my name is Teena Thach. I don't have a middle name. I feel like a lot of Asians have that, but I literally don't have a middle name. It's just Teena Thach. My mom is Vietnamese and my dad is Cambodian, but I'm fluent in Vietnamese. I know I look Filipino, but I'm not. And I'm a little tanner, so everyone's always like, "Are you Vietnamese?" But I'm like, I'm Vietnamese and Cambodian. I just wish I spoke more Khmer. I would call myself a social media content creator, foodie storyteller. I feel like influencer is such a weird word, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm somebody who likes to create multiple things. I like to create art in different ways, different forms. And I definitely love storytelling and telling the perspectives of, you know, people of color, immigrants, people who don't get the shine that they deserve. So that's kind of my goal. Um, and social media, it's just a digital world. I feel like I've been in this game for so long, doing it as a business and also doing it just for myself. And I don't know, I'm always learning, but I've been doing this for so long.
I know. I feel like I came across you like a long time ago before we were even friends. So we always laugh because I tell you the story of like how I like knew who you were. But these are like MySpace days, and now
Some of these
we're.
kids don't even know what MySpace is, so that really was the beginning.
No, I know. Tina was always into social media. She always had a social media presence, YouTube, MySpace, all that stuff. So, and now here we are with TikTok and Instagram, and you're still doing your thing. So yeah, you have been doing this a while. What for those that don't know, like how did you even get into really trying to have a social presence or just doing it, and like where did that start from? How did you want to get into that?
Yeah, I think growing up as a millennial, we kind of were the start of the internet. I think that's what makes us so special. We were there when the internet just became a thing. We were there when you had to get off the phone to get on the internet and log on. So I think that was just the beginning. I was just so fascinated by how you can connect with millions of people online. And so I started off on MySpace. That was something where I was like, okay, you can make a whole bunch of friends with strangers and post pictures and all this stuff. But um, I did also started singing. I used to sing on YouTube. This is so sad. I feel like everyone's gonna be like, why did you quit? But I used to sing on YouTube. I had 9,000 subscribers on YouTube and I had just stopped. But during the era of YouTube and MySpace, I felt like that time Asians ruled YouTube. You know what I mean? That was a time where Asians really ran that shit. And I wish I would have kept going because it was getting big, but you know, in the reality of it, at that time, social media wasn't something where you're like, oh shit, you could do this as a job. Like, there's no way my mom was gonna let me do some social media work as a job. She was like, you're gonna be a pharmacist. I think a lot of immigrant parents tend to be like, nothing creative is gonna make any money, so get your ass to school and do something else. And so I think I had the mindset of, yes, I love social media. I just never at that time thought it could be something for business. And so I went to Western. I focused on college, trying to get a degree in journalism and PR, thinking I had to focus on that. And I think it was so important, and I wish I would have kept going, but I kind of learned the mindset of like, okay, here is the education of it. So learning, having a background in journalism and PR really did end up helping me in the social media world and doing that after college. But I've always loved I felt like I was born with wanting to connect with people, hear people's stories. I was always feeling very alone at home because my mom is like 74 and my dad was 73. Like, there literally could be my grandparents. And my brother is 20 years older than me. So right now he's 49. And so though I have a brother, he pretty much was my dad. So I kind of raised myself and feeling like alone. So I felt like the internet was my friend, like making friends with a whole bunch of people. That's why I just felt like that was where I could connect with millions of people.
You kind of took a break though, right? Like during school, like you weren't really like too heavy on social. I mean, you were still on social media, but it wasn't like how it is now. Because like Instagram wasn't really a thing till like we were well into college, I feel like.
Yeah, I
So,
definitely felt like it wasn't a focus because I was trying to get a degree and I thought that was more important. I think people tend to preach just like in order for you to be successful, you need to go to college, you need to get a degree and things like that. But I think that it's so important, and I think this is advice I tell to a lot of creators. Don't lose your hobby. Don't lose the passion for your art because that's truly what's going to make you happy. Like, yes, getting a degree and getting that shit on paper maybe is important for certain things, but your true happiness and passion, I lost that. When I went to school, like I sang, but after college, I stopped singing. I was missing that piece of me. I lost my creativity. I kind of just focused on just posting on social media, but I didn't have my thing. There was nothing that I was passionate about, and I lost that for so long. And it wasn't until this recently, in these past couple years during the pandemic, is when I found that again, and that's truly has made me happy.
did you like think that you were gonna start singing again versus like how did the whole foodie thing come about? I know you and I kind of talked about it at the beginning of like COVID and everything, but I always thought if you were going to get back into really going heavy on social media, you were going to do your singing thing and maybe start up your YouTube again. Like, why food?
So basically, singing was always my background, but I think when I lost my passion, I was just doing this social media thing for a corporate company. So I thought this was going to make me happy. Working a 9 to 5, making money, doing social media and doing things for other people was just the way it was. I was making good money. But I think when the pandemic hit for a lot of people, just like me, it forced us to take a break and kind of take a moment to ourselves to be like, wow, I have more time to do what the fuck I want to do, right? And sadly, in the beginning of the pandemic in 2020, my father had passed away, and so it just changed my perspective about life. I was just like, my father had worked as a fisherman in Alaska for so many years, and so I felt like he was never really around. And so before he passed, I kind of had a moment where I was like, he all he did was fucking work. All he did was work, and I don't want to live life and die at this moment knowing that all I did was work and not do something that I love and do something that I was passionate about. And so when he passed, I went to this grieving depression stage. And I think that for many people, food is comforting. And so I went to food and I was like, I just feel so much better and happier when I eat food. And it was a sad time for people. People were dying. Like small businesses were closing. And I randomly went to Mangosteen and I was like, hey, I never tried your food. I want to come. I'm like having a bad day. Like, I just want to come eat your food. And he was like, well, if you make a TikTok for me, I'll give you free boba. And I was just kind of like, period. Like, I want some
Were
free
you
boba.
already like doing TikTok though? I can't really remember. Were you
Well,
already
like that
like
was like the
making
beginning where
TikToks?
we're like, oh, okay. So being someone who's been doing social media for so long, I felt like I understood everything, like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, things like that. And I was like, I do not understand TikTok and I need to kind of test it to kind of understand the algorithm because at the
Yeah.
moment it doesn't make sense. Things just pop up out of nowhere. So I was trying to be cool and do these dance moves and thinking I was hella funny. And I was like, how are these people going viral? I do not fucking get it, right? I was like, I just learned to dance. It took me like 6 hours and it only got 3 views. How the hell are people popping off? But really, it's about finding your niche and being very authentic to yourself. And so when I made this TikTok about this food, I was like, I wanted to focus on one, just like the information, like how much it costs, the food, who the people are. That was just the beginning. I didn't even interview the owners yet. And I decided I was like, I don't want to say like, hey, Seattle foodies, because I don't want to be stuck in this like little niche. I was like, let's make it, hey, Washington foodies, and make it like bigger than that, because who knows, right? I just want to go around. And so I just remember being like in my head, consistency is key, right? So I was like, hey, Washington foodies. And I knew I was like, okay, if I say this, I'm going to have to say it repeatedly, like over and over again. And the moment I made the video, it just popped off. Like it just went viral and everyone's like coming to the restaurant, ordering the same dishes, like commenting, all this stuff. And I was like, oh shit, like this is working. But it wasn't when it went viral. It was really, when it went viral, I was like, okay, cool. But it wasn't until Ty, the owner of Mangosteen, called me and was like, hey, the business has been doing so bad. And I just want to say thank you because all these people are coming in ordering exactly what you're ordering on the menu. And I've been struggling with the small business for a while, but I just want to say your TikTok really helped me, gain more customers and things like that. And I think that was when I was like, okay, like I feel like this is my purpose. And it wasn't even that. It was a lot of people who were commenting like, I never try these foods. Like, it looks so weird, but like once I watched your video, I ended up trying it. And I was like, okay, cool. So not only am I helping the owners of these restaurants, but I'm also helping the people try new things, right? And so I think that that's another thing, finding your purpose in life. I felt like
Hmm.
it was finally a moment where there was something worth living for, where we're just not doing something day by day just because someone tells you to do it. You have to find a purpose to live. And so I knew I had so much skills in social media. Why not use it for good, right? Like, why not
Yeah.
use it for these people who are small businesses, who don't speak English, who are immigrants, who parents like need help in small business? I just wanted to use it for good.
So after the mangosteen TikTok though, like what was that like your thoughts afterwards that you were like, hey, like I see how this greatly affected this small business and this is the lane I want to go down and really help the community and because I know you focus a lot on like ethnic foods and stuff like that and smaller businesses, which has really been like we've all seen it be super helpful to them, like businesses that are struggling, where you kind of like this is just what I want to do. And I know you're such like a nice person and you would do this stuff anyways, even if it was, you know, which I didn't think it was not going to pop off because when you did tell me about your idea, I was like, yeah, you should totally do it.
Yeah, I
And
think,
of course, you got to exactly where you wanted to be with this. So I know you would have done this anyways, but is that just kind of how it happened? You just, after this one, you're like,
yeah,
let's make it a
after,
community
I
thing.
think after the first one, I was like, okay, cool. There's people who enjoy this. I'm actually making a difference. I'm gonna fucking keep going,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm gonna choose what I
Yeah.
want to do. And so after that, I was like, I want to actually interview these owners. I
Mm-hmm.
want to finally use my journalism skills. Wow, school, to sit down with these owners, hear their story, and tell the stories. So I
Yeah.
think I started picking the restaurants I enjoy eating at. You know, I was like, we're not going to choose the restaurants that people are just so hyped about, that got the money, that everyone knows. Like, we're going to pick the hole in the wall with the mom that doesn't speak English, and I'm going to tell the daughter to translate for me, and I'm
Mhm.
going to tell their story, because those stories are the ones that need to be heard. And
Yeah.
so one after one, I was just picking restaurants that I like to eat at, and I asked the owners, I was like, hey, I want to interview you. I want to talk about your food. I want to hear your story. You don't have to pay for it. I just want to do this out of the kindness
Yeah.
of my heart, because I just want to. It just felt good to help people. And one after one, I think those kind of like small businesses and immigrant business, they don't really understand social media. So they're thinking I'm just
Yeah.
some crazy girl coming in, making a video, just speaking blah, blah, blah. But I remember the moments after, they're just like, oh my gosh, like it's like so many people have came in because of your video. And I think
Yeah.
that's what motivated me to keep going. You know, community is so, so important, especially something that's genuine. I always talk about this. I say, like, when you support your community, they will support you back. But you
Yeah.
have to go in and listen first. You can't just
Yeah.
assume that everyone needs your help. I think people come in trying to act like a fucking savior. Like, I'm not here
Yeah.
trying to be a savior. I'm out here trying to just listen. What do you need? You know, like, what, how can I
Mhm.
help you? And not just come here and assume and just be like, I'm this person, look at me, like I'm the savior of this like business. Like, that's not what I want. You know, I really
Yeah.
genuinely want to help these people. And like, it's such amazing food, right? Like, people get nervous to try new foods. So I think it was a great way to storytell that way.
Yeah, some of those places have become my favorite places. I still think about Blazing Bowl all the time.
I love Blazing Bowl.
But you have such good relationships with them that you like continue on, which I feel like is super meaningful, and it's super cool to see like the after response. You're not just like, hey, like let me do this video and then like bye. Like, you still keep up with these people, like people that you've done like were your first few videos, you still have a really good relationship with them and they still like love what you're doing. So it's dope to see.
Yeah, I think that every person that I've did a video for, or interviewed, I've built such a connection with them. I feel it feels like family. It's not just like me coming in to take a picture and posting it. Like, that's not what it's about. It's about building relationships with the people. That's what's important to me. And so they're like family. I
Yeah.
Blazing Ball with like Minta's parents. They're like my parents. I always say hi, mom and dad. Like, Cindy Yang's dad, Mr. Yang from the Wonton Noodle House. I love him. Like, I just feel like I don't want to cry. I see my parents. I just see my parents in them, like I just see them and I want to help. And that's why I feel like doing it.
Yeah. Well, I feel like everybody gets that vibe from you too when you do it, so it feels really genuine and authentic, and that's why like people really love the videos. On top of the food that you choose is really always so good.
Yeah,
Um,
because I'm not picking something that I would not eat. Like, I think I hate that. I don't want to ever do something and just tell people like you should eat here and it's not good. You know what I mean? Like, that's just
yeah,
I hate to, or I also want to be like, hey, this is like my opinion. Like, I'm not telling you to like it. Like, I like it, but you don't have to like it. Like.
yeah. No, all the food is really good. I think I've went to a majority of the places that you've suggested. There's still a few places that I haven't been to, but everywhere that we've gone is pretty good, or that I've gone because of the videos.
And now you have
Um,
someone else to eat with because you're pregnant.
yes, yes, I do, but I feel like I still eat the same, which is crazy. What is like a working day for you, content wise, like outside of work, creating content for Starbucks? Um, what does content day for TikTok and your personal brand look like? Like,
Yeah, so I think that, I mean, work does take a lot of my time doing content for Starbucks, but I think it's always after work and after hours, which is hard sometimes, where I think I take a lot of time to stay up all night, which is not good. But when you really enjoy something, I think it's never a job. And so I like to write about I write scripts. So if I do it, like if I am planning it to interview a restaurant, I always plan out like scheduling a time on the weekend, because weekends is the only time I have off. I come in, I sit down with the owners, I interview them, and then I film the behind the scenes, how they cook the food. Always make sure that everyone's comfortable being on camera, and then trying to see the process of how they do their job and the atmosphere of the restaurant. So I have a lot of like different key points that I hit when it comes to the video. And then I try the food and I take notes of how the food tastes like and make sure that everything is in my notes when I'm doing interviews. And so after that, when I get home, I try to write a script about the intro, the story, the food. And I think the hardest thing is, which I'm struggling with, which why I want to go on YouTube is, um, there's so many incredible stories when I interview these people, right? But there's
Mm-hmm.
not just enough time when you're trying to put something in 1 minute, which I hate.
Yeah.
And so it's, you would think that because I have this whole list of notes that I could just make this like 1 minute video. No, like it's so much harder when I'm like, what should I add in this video? You know, what can I put in? And so I write the script, and once I do that, I edit the video, and I have to do the voiceovers, which is the hardest thing. I think that takes me the longest. Every time I go like, "Hey, Washington foodies," it's literally different. I think people think I like have like a save audio and I copy it and put it in the front. No, literally every time I say it, it's literally new. And so I
I feel
have to
like I got it down. I have your intro line
okay,
down.
let me hear it. All right, go.
Hey, Washington foodies.
That's good.
Yes.
That's
I feel like it
cool.
sounds just like you.
No, it's like it's been so long. It's like, "Hey, Washington foodies." No, you gotta go, "Hey, Washington foodies." Like it's like da 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 da, like da 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 da.
It's a very nice, soothing tone, I will say.
It's funny because a lot of people don't know that I sing, and I'm just like, maybe like the whole thing is like easier for me because I can go da 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 da. If that makes sense.
Um, well, geez, that sounds like a lot of content creating. I feel like I make one reel and I'm like, whew, that was
No, I mean like
a lot,
honestly,
and mine
uh,
aren't even as complex as yours.
I think to be honest, I have realized that I was grinding so hard and posting content every week for Washington Foodies that it kind of burnt me out, you know? And I think right now my main goal is to have a balance in life. And so posting
Yeah,
is only when I feel good. I'll edit videos when I want to. And I just don't want to live on a deadline. And so I want to post when I feel like it's good because I want to be sure that I'm
yeah,
giving out, you know, good work. I don't want to just post just to post. And so that's why it's taking so long. It's just I'm trying to balance life and make sure my mental health is good to be able to, you know, create great content for people.
yeah. That's important, though. I think people think it's like really super easy to make content and bang out content all the time. They're like, oh, it's only a minute long. Like one 1 minute video takes like hours.
Like 5 hours, I kid you not, and I think I have ADD anyway, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, it takes a long time. Um, are there any other projects that you're working on that you want to share or can share?
um I landed a partnership with a big ketchup company, but I can't say what it is. So it's a huge ketchup company, and there's something coming out soon for that. Um, I have a lot of foodie videos in my phone that I need to edit. So there's a convenience store video that I want to highlight their story, a Thai brunch, um, fufu. I still have that video in. So there's a couple foodie videos I want to do, and you know, I definitely need to go on YouTube. I made a promise with uh, I made a promise with someone that I would do my YouTube before summer. And Simon hates me because he had bought me this nice ass fucking camera on Christmas, and I know he's gonna clown me unless he's like, "I bought you this camera and you have not touched it." And I swear, I just keep thinking I need to be like, it needs to be like aesthetic. It needs to have a good background. But I just know that it doesn't matter. In the moment I post, everyone will be ready to watch it. But I just feel like I'm just so like such a perfectionist. So
The camera or the camera stand that I asked you about that you don't use? Simon, which
uh,
one is it?
this gadget
Yes.
I need to use too. Okay, we're not gonna. You're trying to get me in trouble.
Simon, you hear this? Uh, what other advice? What are some words of advice for people who are trying to get into the social media world to really make it a not a living, but like make means by it, or just do it for personal reasons, for personal growth? Like, what advice do you have for people?
I think when it comes to social media and being a content creator, I think the best thing is to be authentically you. Be yourself. Like, I know it's so easy to compare yourself to the things that you see and people doing certain things and the way they look, but I think the best thing is when you represent yourself and who you truly are, people are going to really want to know that. Um, Everyone is special in their own way, and I feel like that's what makes you so like incredible. You are someone that no one could ever replicate, so why not just showcase that? Another thing is, even me, it's just like we're so hard on ourselves and we're perfectionists. We're always going to see the little details that we don't like. And I think the best thing is, one, sometimes just post it. Like, just post the content because you like it, because you love it. If you want to try something new, just do it. And I think that was so hard for me lately is everyone is so interested in my food content that I was so scared to post vlogging or doing other things because I want to, branch out to other things. But I realize sometimes it's good to just create for yourself, like do something just for you. My last advice would be, I think your time will always be the right time. There's no deadline. Whenever you feel ready to just do something or create something or have a project or post it, that time will be the right time. And you're gonna feel behind because you feel like everyone's doing this and that, and I struggle that too. But the moment you feel comfortable and the moment you want to do something, just know that that time will be the right time for you.
Those were good words of advice.
Thank you so
I can
much.
take some of those.
Thank you. Should I bow? No, wait, I can't stand up because I got
No,
sweat shorts on.
no, do not stand up and bow. But that was great for those who didn't know about Teena's journey. We got to know a little bit more. There's some stuff that I got to hear that I've never heard before. Now we get into the rapid fire questions, which will be quick, and then we'll get into some Q&As with people who have questions on here. I already see a few, so that'll be good. You ready?
Yeah.
You're like, for what? Okay, favorite Starbucks drink?
It's so long. Ice brown sugar oat milk shaken espresso latte. I don't forgot what it's called. You know
Must
what I
not be
mean?
your favorite if you don't know
Yes,
what it is.
it's the ice brown sugar oat milk. There. That
It
one.
tastes like boba, right?
Yeah, but it's like less
Oh, oh,
calories.
oh, no, I'm thinking of the latte, matcha latte with brown sugar.
No, not that.
Your go-to snack.
Shin ramen.
TikTok, IG, or Twitter?
Twitter, but I don't know anymore because Elon Musk just bought it. So
If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
in the world, Korea. I want to go to Korea so bad.
And you want to live there?
Wait,
Have you
no,
never
no,
been
no,
there?
no, no. Take it back. Take it back. I want to live in New York. I want to live in New York.
Simon, looks like you guys are going to Korea. Night in or night out?
Girl, you know I'm night out.
Yeah, we know. We
Shut
know.
up.
If you could swap lives with someone for a day, who would it be?
I want to be Drake so bad. I just want to know what it's like to be Champagne Poppy and have everyone fucking love you, mostly. I just want to be Drake
You want
so
to be
bad.
a certified lover boy?
Yeah, I feel like Drake's life is really good.
Okay, favorite artist?
I don't want to say because you're going to make fun of me. It's Justin Bieber.
Well, you could have said Simon. He
No,
would count as a favorite artist.
I am a believer. Like,
Sorry,
Tell Me
joking.
Journals, Tell Me Journals isn't the best fucking album. Are you kidding? Justin Bieber is a fucking goat. Are you kidding? I don't
I
care.
thought you were gonna say BTS or
Oh
something.
shit. No, but like really, I can sing any Justin Bieber song, promise.
Yes. Okay, childhood celebrity crush.
Um, Justin Timberlake from when I was listening to NSYNC.
Ooh. Mine was Brian from what was it?
B5.
No,
Oh,
Brian from Backstreet Boys.
why would you like Backstreet Boys over NSYNC?
I liked them both, but I had a Backstreet Boys poster in my room when I was a kid, and so I used to
Damn.
stare at Brian all night.
You
Yeah,
know what they say about
really
Backstreet
hot.
Boys girls? The girls who like Backstreet Boys. I'm just kidding. I don't know what they say.
They're great. They're like me. Favorite guilty pleasure on TV?
I fucking love trash reality TV like the Kardashians, or I haven't watched The Ultimatum because I don't need to watch that shit.
It's
It seems too
really
chaotic.
not, does not make sense.
I love I'd be watching the Kardashians and I don't need to lie.
Yeah, they just came out with a new season. Get into it. It's good.
Yep. Yep.
If you were on a deserted island, what three things would you bring?
I would bring a boat, a phone, and a charger because I'm getting off
Should
the fucking
probably
island.
only be a rowboat or a kayak because you did not say a boat and unlimited supplies of gas, so you would be stuck. So then you would really only have two things and a boat
Okay,
with
but
no
I still
gas in
got a
it.
boat and I'm getting off the deserted island. There was no rules to this. You didn't give me any rules. If anything,
Deserted island.
Tori, I'm just being smart. Like, it's strategy. But the thing is, bitch, I can't swim. So hold up, wait. I can't swim.
Maybe a floaty then, or a life jacket.
But then I only have the other two things. I can't have to switch. Okay, this is too much mathing. Mathing for math.
Favorite quote.
Bad. I'm just kidding. I was like, bad bitches link. I'm just kidding. Um, Nothing worth having comes easy. I've always said this. It's so meaningful to me before because it really isn't. People think shit is easy. It's really not. You gotta work for
Yeah.
what you want.
Okay, last one. One thing people do not know about you that you'd like them to know.
I really love music. I mean, I think people know that, but I really love music. I could write music, like lyrics wise. I love singing. I love performing, and I really do want to get back into that. So, yeah.
Well, we'll be expecting some new singing videos on your YouTube.
I don't know.
Okay, well, let's get into some questions. If anybody has questions, feel free to drop them in the comments or in the question tab. Cool. First one is, how does community benefit from your effort and how do you learn slash evolve?
Well, that was not the first thought. I didn't think that was going to be the first question. Okay, let's get into it.
Get into
What?
it.
Wait, can you repeat it?
Okay. How does community benefit from your effort and how do you learn slash evolve from it?
I think that when it comes to social media and using it for community, it brings people together in different places. I think food, enjoying a meal with someone at a table is just a sense of community also. You're not just supporting a small business, you're supporting the culture that the food is representing. I think customers are being able to connect in different ways with the people, with the owner, learning about someone's culture, heritage by trying a recipe that's coming from somewhere else. And I think that having food with someone, it's building community in different ways, and it's bringing people together. And what I'm learning through this is it's always going to be work. I think that once you kind of stop, nothing's going to happen. So building community is nonstop. You have to put in the work. You have to go out there. You have to network. You have to talk, and you have to kind of engage, and not just think things just come naturally to you.
Cool. Okay, what is your favorite song to sing in the shower?
um, yeah, lately I just been singing this. Have you heard of that guy named Austin, like ASTN? He's like that white boy who's always on TikTok, like, what if you think this song? He's like, how about if I make this song turn into this R&B song? You know what I'm talking about? Oh my god.
No, I do not know. Does anybody else know?
No.
Or are you the only one?
I'm getting hella red. I feel so.
Okay.
Anyways, his name is Austin. He's another white boy. white boy R&B singer. I fucking hate this. I feel like there's a theme going on.
Hey, these are your words. Um, Mangosteen closed.
What?
Is Mangosteen closed?
I think that so the mangosteen that they were running out of the red boat in Fabak, and so I think that was kind of too small for them, and
Mm-hmm.
things weren't working. And I think their goal is to open up a restaurant. So I think right now they're trying to find a
Yeah.
place to open their restaurant. So that's why they're kind of on pause.
Mm. Someone asked if we will ever do a collab.
Tori doesn't really like me like that. She always just
Be
collabs with people
quiet.
who are around me. People who are around me. She doesn't really like me. Tori.
We've never talked about it, but I have gone on a foodie adventure with you, and I did make the cut. I made a clip of me stuffing my face with a Philly cheesesteak. So low key
Yes,
is a collab in a different kind of way.
Tori is a really good eater. Like, if you need someone to eat food with you, she's like really good. I told her, she needs to work on the facial expressions. I said, when you bite, you need to go like, like you gotta go, oh, yum. But like this, she just eats, and I'm like, you need to, we need to like expression. We need to feel it through the camera, right, Tori?
I just like am not trying to look cute when I eat. And yes, that is something that I need to probably work on. But yeah, thank you. See, everyone says I'm
Tori's a
such a
really good
great
singer
eater.
too. Tori, right? Really,
No, Tina, stop. Now she's trying to embarrass me.
you're a really
Uh,
good singer, and I'm the true artist. Like, let me draw you. I'm so good. Stick figures, period. I can add like a little hump for your pregnant belly.
I am not a singer, so please don't listen to anything that she is saying. I once was told that I sound like cats in heat.
Oh, yeah, no, of course not.
Yeah, Christina, actually, she has videos of me singing. Well, that was, oh, one last question. Everybody wants to know because you clearly know about all the food. What happened to the wonton house?
Cindy's actually on here. So Cindy is a daughter of Mr. Yang at Wonton Noodle House. Unfortunately, there was a fire that happened in the building around, and
Hmm.
every all the stores had to close down. I think I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but there are good news coming. Wonton Noodle House will be open again soon. Bigger, better. That's all I'm gonna say. But it is coming back, and so I'm so excited to, eat there. The wonton noodles are so good, so authentic, and I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, well, we have to go on a foodie adventure next time I'm in town.
Yes, thank you for having me, and
So,
thanks to everyone
yeah,
that came. I'm so happy that people were down to just listen to me.
of course, we love to hear you speak. We want to know what you have to say.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Tori.
You're so welcome, even though you tried to put me on blast and tell everyone that I can sing and that I'm a great eater.
Well, you try to make
But
fun of me
thank
because
you for
I'm a
being.
believer, so this kind of like,
I didn't say anything. That was people in the comments, not me. But thank you for joining us tonight. It is lovely talking to you as always. I feel like we were just on FaceTime chatting like normal.
thank you everyone for coming. Thanks, Tori. Bye.
Yes. Bye. Have a good night.